Yo, sometimes I just get a bug up my butt about things. I want to know the who, what, when, where, why, how of so many things. And I heard that Crossout's Nameless Tower had a real world location. And so that's what I basically typed in here to cross out or into Google. And lo and behold, here it is. It's like the first image, cross out Nameless Tower. So I went to this Reddit article and I looked it up, and I was like almost satiated. I was almost satisfied by this. But then I saw this name here and I was like, you know what? That's a real world location. So let's go look that up. Maybe we can find out the real world location or the crossout location of the Nameless Tower in the game. And that took me here to this Google-ish, Earthish thing. I stared at this map for hours and looking for anything that could stand out to me that might be related to the Crossout world map. You know, I've got my world map pulled up over here. I'm looking at it. I'm going back and forth between the internet and the map. And then it started standing out to me. This guy right here, this river, started really standing out to me. See, here's the river, except it's going in the opposite direction. It's definitely going in the opposite direction. So I'm looking at this map, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm thinking creatively to myself as a story developer. If I wanted to set something in the real world, but not like really in the real world, but still using the real world as a template, I would reverse things. And you know what? On that note, North, what does O stand for? We got North, South, and West. What does O stand for? You know what? I think O stands for opposite. I definitely think O stands for opposite. So I flipped the map. And wouldn't you fucking know it, pardon my language, there it is. Do you see it, ladies and gentlemen? Do you see it? I see it. So I did a bunch of sleuthing. Check it out.
Alright, so look, if you take the coordinates of this city that starts with a Y and you overlay it and you start to bring it in, you can begin to see where the Nameless Tower might actually be located. And I believe this is the location of the Nameless Tower for a very specific reason, and I'll show you why. See, when you look up Yekaterinburg, it says it's a city in Russia east of the Ural Mountains. It's known for the Golden Dome Church on the Blood, very ominous, built in the early 21st century on the site of the 1918 Romanov executions. The monument to the founders, see, there's my little clue right there. The monument to the founders stands by the banks of the Iset River. Exhibits at the nearby regional local lore museum include the Hall of the Romanovs with personal items that belong to the last of the royal family. This monument to the founders, see, I believe that's what is our next clue, that this is where the Nameless Tower is. Because if you look closely in the left, top left, that's where the ship graveyard is. And there's a bay there where the river ends. All right, and then we go over here to the far right over where Founders Canyon is, and we pinpoint the city that begins with a Y. I'm terrible with that pronunciation, so I'm not even gonna try anymore. But if you pinpoint it right here, you begin to see that this might actually be the location. Because it's right below Founders Canyon, where the Founders Monument is said to be, right on the river. Do you see, ladies and gentlemen? Do you see? I think that this is the definite location of the Nameless Tower in Crossout, right below Founders Canyon, just outside the Cursed Mines, above Rock City, on the river. Oh, thanks for putting up with my little rabbit hole sleuth in here. I really appreciate it. We'll see you guys later.